Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here on a Monday, chilling. And actually, it's not Monday. I don't know even what day it is. Maybe it might be Tuesday or Wednesday, but that's my catchphrase, and I'm sticking to it. I want to jump right into it, man. This guy sent me a comment in my YouTube for my last video, and he asked me a really good question. I want to say thank you for that because that's why I hadn't made any videos, because if you don't comment or ask me questions, I got no content. So this brother asked me a real good question, and it's actually inspired me to make 3 videos off that one question. So I'm gonna make 3 different videos. The first video is gonna be this video, when is violence the answer? Another video is gonna be, is it okay to train to be aggressive? And the third video is gonna be how to spar an asshole, okay? So let's get into the first video right now, okay? Let me drink my water. So the first video is gonna be this video right here, when is violence the answer? So before I go into this video, what I want to do is I'm going to read this man's question. Well, actually, I'm gonna read the whole thing. It's right on YouTube. You guys can see it. It was a question. It was in my last video about when is it okay to stop training martial arts. But I'm gonna read this to y'all, and I'm not going to comment as I read, at least I'm going to try not to, but I'm going to read it to you. It says, here's my struggle. And his last comment before that, this guy's a level 1 Krav Maga student. He's a level 1 Krav Maga student, okay? He says, here's my struggle. I've been doing Krav Maga for 6 months before COVID hit. And I've recently taken up private sessions with my instructor, and I discovered something. Okay, good idea. Take up some private classes. Okay, I am a very devout spiritual Christian. Good, and because of this, I find it very hard to be aggressive when I spar with my instructor. Behind the fear of getting hit is the greater fear of me hitting others or potentially hurting them. So let me stop right there. I got a buddy of mine who, one of my good friends, who actually is one of my students, and he actually helped me come up with the name CDK, Confidence During Chaos. And he has a problem with being violent toward others as well. And I don't let people spar till you get to level 2. And I remember his first time sparring, man, it was crazy because, I mean, he never sparred again. They was coming in, throwing punches at him, and he wouldn't throw punches back, and damn near ran him off the floor. He wouldn't throw punches back at him, and not because he was no punk, he just don't want to hurt nobody. But they had no problem throwing punches at him. And he didn't want to spar no more because he got a problem with hurting people. So, I have experienced that before, okay? So it says, I've discovered this for the first time when I sparred a fellow student. Okay. In short, he was being an asshole and he was throwing palm heel strikes to my unprotected nose. So out of fear, okay, first of all, you shouldn't be sparring at level 1, and you shouldn't be sparring without gear on, because anytime, the only way somebody could be throwing palm heel strikes to your unprotected nose is you had to have unprotected equipment. You couldn't do that with boxing gloves on. So something's not right with that, okay? So out of fear, I did like an improvised hook eye gouge that nearly blinded him, which means that you probably was even, I don't know why y'all didn't have on, boxing gloves, and if you was using MMA gloves, that was wrong already. So y'all shouldn't be sparring with MMA gloves, especially the level that you are in, and you shouldn't be sparring without protective gear. You shouldn't be sparring anyway because you just started. It's too early in your career, and you probably were sparring another level 1 student as well, and that's why y'all didn't have any control. Your instructor should have stopped y'all from doing that. But that's just my opinion, okay? He said, I stopped the fight, but at the same time, I didn't mean to hurt him in that way, okay? I understand that. My question is, with respect to my faith and love for fellow human beings? How can I develop the mindset of being aggressive and violent in regards to self-defense and protection of others, but at the same time not hating and wishing malice against him, meaning not sinking down to his level? Man, that's a good question, brother. That, I tell you, that's 3 different videos, and I'm gonna get into all 3 of them. So what I did was I wrote down 3 reasons or 3 times when it's okay to be violent. Okay, always 3, sometimes more, but today I'm gonna try to stick with just 3. All right, cool. So reason number 1, and I'm gonna go straight to the quote from Malcolm X. And I know Malcolm X is a Muslim, and I'm talking the person who made the response is a Christian, but it still applies. I'm a Christian as well, but this still applies. Malcolm X still applies, okay? Malcolm X got a lot of quotes on violence and nonviolence, okay? And one of the things that he says is concerning nonviolence, it is criminal to teach a man not to defend himself when he is the constant victim of brutal attacks. He says, we are nonviolent with people who are nonviolent against us. And then my favorite Malcolm X quote is, I don't call it violence when it comes to self-defense. I call it intelligence. Don't call it violence when it comes to self-defense. He calls it intelligence. So, what does that mean? That means that when you are trying to defend yourself against violence, you actually are not using violence, according to Malcolm X's statements, to defend yourself. You're using intelligence, okay? So I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say somebody is punching you in the face, okay? And the only way you can stop him from punching you in the face is by kicking him in the groin. You're not actually doing violence, okay? You're actually using intelligence, because if you don't kick him in the groin, and that's the only thing you can do to stop him from punching you in the face, and you don't kick him in the groin, you're actually ignorant, okay? Because that's not intelligent, that's stupid, okay? Another example, let's say somebody is attacking a loved one. Let's say you have a daughter and somebody is about to rape and kill your daughter, okay? And the only way that you can stop him from raping and killing your daughter is, to shoot him, okay? That's the only way you can stop him, okay? That's not violence, that's intelligence, okay? Because if you didn't shoot him and that's the only thing you can do to stop that criminal act from taking place, then what choice do you have? I'm gonna push it even further, okay? Let's say somebody is committing a criminal act against someone else, okay? And you have the ability to stop him from committing that criminal act, even if you gotta use intelligence to do it, okay? Violence, intelligence. And you don't stop them. You have the power, the ability to stop them, and you don't. Here's my question. Which one of you is more of a criminal? The person that's committing the criminal act, or the person that has the ability to stop him from committing that criminal act, in this case violence, and they choose not to do it? Which one is the bigger criminal? Ooh, a lot of that going on right now. That's what's going on right now with the George Floyd situation, Okay? We locked up the asshole, okay, that committed the crime. But what about the other two assholes that watched him do it and had the power to stop him, even if it meant being violent or using intelligence? They had the power to stop them, and they didn't do it. Okay? So, one time or reason when it's okay to be violent is when it's not actually violence, is when it's intelligence. Okay? When you are using it to stop a violent act against you or a violent act against someone else. That's obvious, okay? And I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's the law. Matter of fact, it's called self-defense or the defense against someone else, okay? All right, cool. The second thing about a time when it's okay to use violence, okay? Or reasons why you would use violence. In this, you talked about developing the mindset to be aggressive. And you also said, at the same time, not hating your attacker or wishing malice against them. Not sinking down to their level, okay? Well, actually, you're sinking down to their level if you don't use violence or you don't use intelligence. You're sinking down to their level. Actually, you're sinking below their level if you don't, do what you need to do to protect yourself. But as far as the feelings that you have towards them, it ain't got nothing to do with your feelings. Okay? Your feelings don't have nothing to do with it. It's about your intentions. Okay? Your intentions. Okay? Let's go back to that example. Somebody's punching you in the face. Okay? You didn't kick them in the groin because you don't like the person, although you may not, or maybe you do. I don't know. That's not why you kicked them in the groin. The reason why you kicked them in his groin is to stop them from attacking you. Your intention. Now, if you happened to put him on his back or on his knees, that wasn't your intentions. Was to stop him from hitting you in the face, and you had to drop him to his knees to do it. Okay, it's about your intentions. Okay, your intentions. That's big. That's big. Okay, in this case, somebody was palm striking you in your nose. Your intentions wasn't to, make sure he's blind. Your intentions was to stop the attack. Okay, and if that's the only thing that you knew how to do in order to stop the attack, then it's not about your feelings toward that person. It was about your intentions. Okay? Very important that you realize that. All right? If y'all going out here and attacking folks and fighting folks because you're angry at them, that's not a good time to be violent. Okay? It's not about your anger. It's not about your feelings. It's about your intentions. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to, I can't think of the words right now, but what's your motive? Motive, that's a legal term. It's a legal term. What was your motive? Okay? Your motive, intent, all of that is legal terms, okay? Because you need to know your motive, okay? What was your motive? Same thing was going on, like that case. They was trying to figure out what his motive. He killed the brother, okay? He killed the brother, okay? But what was his motive? They had to prove that was his motive. That was his intentions, okay? Make sense? If they could have proved that wasn't his motive and that wasn't his intentions, that brother would have went free. Talking about the George Floyd situation, okay? All right, not that brother he ain't no brother, he's an asshole, okay? That asshole would have went free, okay? But It's about your motive. It's about your intentions. So it's okay to use intelligence, violence in this situation. It's okay to use intelligence when your motives and intentions are to stop the attack. Woo, man, that was deep, boy. Oh, man, I love making these videos, man. All right. So the third time that it's okay to use violence. Okay, this came straight from my book. I always quote this phrase, when violence is the answer, because it's a book. It's called When Violence is the Answer. Okay, he says violence is very rarely the answer, but when it's the answer, it's the only answer. So the third reason to use violence is when you have no other choice. When you have no other choice, your back is against the wall. You done tried everything else. Now I can get deep on it and talk about, I can get real deep, talk about the stuff that's going on today. But I ain't gotta get that deep. Okay? I can just talk about, look, you done tried, I always say, and this is all from books I've read. Violence is the answer. Facing violence is all the it's tons of books on it. Okay, I like to read a lot. You couldn't avoid the situation. Okay, you couldn't de-escalate the situation. You couldn't get away from the situation. Okay, so you got one more choice. You got one more choice, right? And that's to deal with the situation. And if the only way to deal with that situation is with your intelligence, violence, okay, then that is the way you need to deal with that situation, okay? If you've exhausted all the possibilities. Now, sometimes you can exhaust all those possibilities in a nanosecond, right? It just, boom, it's on you. Sometimes it takes a little time, but you have exhausted all your possibilities. So now you have but one more option, and that is to use your intelligence, violence, to get out of the situation, okay? If you have nothing else in your back pocket, so to speak, okay, what else you gonna do? You have no other way to stop this person from punching you in the face, okay? You got no other way to stop this person from attacking your loved one. You got no other way to defend this person, and you got the ability to do so, right? You have no other way, so you have to turn to the most intelligent thing that you can think about, and that's use your abilities, okay? Which in this case is violence. Man, hey man, look, this is just the first video, all right? I got 2 more videos just off that question, all right? So I really appreciate, comment, because this thread can go for a minute, okay? When do you think that violence is the answer? Put it down in the comments below, okay? When do you think violence is the answer? Put the comment down below of reasons, of times or reasons why you think violence would be the answer. Okay, this is a real good topic, man. And I'm about to get to work. Maybe not today, on the next video. The next video is it okay to train to be aggressive? Y'all look out for that. I don't know if it's gonna be the next one, but it's gonna be the series. When is it okay to train to be aggressive? Because everybody know Krav Maga is about aggression. And we're going to talk about that one because that's a real good topic. All right? All right, man. I'm not going to keep y'all. I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes. Hey, thank you, Matt, for this is a good question. All right? Peace. I'm out. Oh! Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right? Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you'll get the notification of the sequel to this video or series of videos. All right? Like, comment, subscribe. All right. Peace. I'm out.